Welcome back to Capital Today. Now, we all know that investing is something that most Malaysians have been doing all their lives. And the traditional investment tools or vehicles that we have been using are simple things like properties, fixed deposits, unit trusts, investing in the stock markets, and now even gold and silver as well. Well, guess what? There are so many types of sophisticated investment tools out there that we should expose ourselves to. Well, in today's modern day and age, we have a situation where there's also investing in stock trades, stock options, and financial futures. Well, you're in luck because our guest on FaceTime today is Mr. Aaron Sim, CEO of Wealth Mentors, an education mentoring organization which brings in financial gurus from all over the world to share their expertise with Malaysians. So now over to you, Shikin, on FaceTime.
Well, I have a very interesting guest here with me, especially if you're interested in making your wealth bigger. So thank you, Mr. Aaron Sim from Wealth Mentors. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks, Sylvia, coming in.
Yeah. So, Mr. Aaron, I just wanted to know a little bit more about yourself. Maybe you can describe yourself and a bit more about your company, what you do.
Sure, thank you. My name is Aaron Sim. I've actually been previously in the corporate world for 23 years. I work for a company like Ernst & Young and also Unisys. And after these 23 years, I decided that actually I'm fed up of the rat race. Came out to actually set up my company called Wealth Mentors. And what inspired me to do that was because I attended many trainings in the wealth creation arena, and I've been passionate about creating a generation second source of income for myself so that I don't have to be in the rat race. And because of that purpose, 10 years ago, back about 2002, 2003, I set up Wealth Mentors to help people to learn this skill in 3 arenas: in the stock market, making money online, and investing in the real estates. And over these last 10 years, we have offices in Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Indonesia, that we share with over 6,500 people who paid customers who attended this training, and over 100,000 people who have been embraced our trading philosophy, both online and offline. So we are very excited to be able to help people in that arena.
So, Wealth Mentors, what kind of services do you do? What kind of mentoring are you talking about here?
Very good. We provide financial education mentoring program. People who needed to learn how to generate second source of income in the stock market. We primarily focus on the international stock market like US, option trading. We also focus people on making money online, both businesses, and how to actually we will help people on that one. And the third area is about investing in the real estate. Now, people don't go just to all 3 courses, but they go one at a time. And sometimes people, depending on their needs, will fit their own profile that way.
And your target market for Wealth Mentors, who are they? I mean, who actually comes to your seminars?
Newbies, new investors, virgin investors, who all because in whatever profession they're working professional, working mom, who doesn't understand about investing in the real estate, investing in the stock market because of that fear. So we provide education to help them to overcome that fear. And we focus primarily on the practical aspect, not just learn theory, but be able to go through a step-by-step process with us. So for example, in our training, we share with them, we go through a JET process. JET meaning a 3-step process that help people jumpstart the process. Give them half a day to learn what is it all about. And then the E is the execution process, 3 days live event. And then after that, the T is the transformation. So how to transform them by be able to have a hands-on coaching to help them to do these things.
Wow. It's interesting that I read somewhere saying that you are Miriam Williams' first protege in Asia. How did you actually get to convince her to pick you as a protege?
Okay, good. I'll take the big background of Miriam Williams herself. She is actually a millionaire trader. She took 10,000 to grow to over 2 million in 2 years.
Wow.
And I found her because of I attended many training. I didn't get the result on trading I wanted. So I asked around who is really someone who can have a method quite easy to do, don't take a lot of time to do it, and give me more consistent result. And through my coaches in US, they recommended me to check with Miriam Williams. And because of that, her record And through that introduction, I get to know her a lot better. And because of that, she helped me in my success in trading as well. Because of my success in trading, I realized that there are other people who, my trading buddies, who needed that help. So what I did was I invited her to come to Singapore back about January 2003 to share with a small group of people. And you know what happened? They got excited. They want more from her. So we organized future events from there 2 months later, and we got more excitement. And you know what? My business started because of that excitement. I didn't actually plan for 10 years to do this trading and sharing people. But because of the response, I realized more and more people wanted that. And the key thing is then one thing lead to another. It's not only trading. How many people that we only know for? It's only a few group of people, right?
Yeah.
So after that, I needed more expansion. And you know what? Then the media comes in. Then I need to learn how to speak. Then as I learned that skill that I learned, other people also wanted to learn that skill. So I shared that, we bring the speaker to share that with them. I learned about business skills, about investing online. I do it for my business. The guru who are good, I ask them to share it over in Malaysia and Singapore and Hong Kong as well.
It's interesting that you actually mentioned that you started it in Singapore. What actually brought you to bring it into Malaysia? Is it because of the market readiness or?
I'm a Malaysian myself.
Okay.
That's number one. And I started working in Singapore back about 1990, about 20 years ago. And my family is there. So because of that, I started in Singapore. But I know Malaysians are very courageous. They love it. Although buying power is less in Singapore, they're willing to pay for it. So I brought into Malaysia, and I got very good support on people in Malaysia because they really learn this, especially entrepreneurs. They're a lot more daring than Singaporean.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, they're more daring. And Singaporean, they're people more analyze a bit. They keep quiet, but they make a decision, they buy. Malaysian, they are more courageous. If they know that it's for them, they make a decision and do it.
Okay.
Right? So that's why I brought it to Malaysia. And Malaysia, the working environment, I find it's much easier to work with because why? We got the news, we got radio, they're very supportive. And the population are more than in Singapore, for example. Yeah. So that's why I'm very excited about in Malaysia.
And your challenges, especially because of the fact that you're in Hong Kong, which is a big financial hub. How did you actually overcome the challenges challenges you had to expand into Hong Kong, Indonesia, even US?
All right. Actually, Hong Kong is a very, very difficult market. Among all the countries, Hong Kong crowd are very skeptical. So it wasn't easy. So first time being there, 2005, 2006. And how I get into there? Because my student, someone referred, attended my training in Singapore from Hong Kong.
Wow.
They knew about us. And they said, oh, my program is good. I got very excited, asked me, can do something in Hong Kong now. So I got a local partner in Hong Kong. So when I first presented in Hong Kong, you know what? People was very skeptical. Are you sure the course can be conducted? Are you sure this is real or not? So what happened? We overcome that one by consistently going through, not just hit time one round. Every 3 months we go again. Every 3 months we go again. Small group that we get started. Then we get local publicity in the papers, in the TV, that spread our news. And because of consistency to help customers over a longer period of time, and we come back, the word spread. So they refer other people to come to us. So as long as this business gone, it's always long term. One time doesn't go, hit it, it's okay. Go again. Give a 2 or 3 chance. See how the people respond. And then on a long-term basis, that's how we grow Hong Kong. Right? Same thing as Indonesia. People attended my training in Singapore. They love it. Ask, can I do something in Indonesia? Same thing. Our biggest market that we focus is these 2 countries, Singapore and Malaysia. We have so much that we can do over here that is right now. USA is Miriam wanted to help some people in US. We did it 1 time, 2 times, and now they want to do a training. They come to Singapore, Malaysia.
All the way?
All the way.
Wow, okay. That's
my speaker conduct it over here locally. They have to come here.
Okay, so business is very good that people travel all the way to see you here.
Yes.
Yeah. So even though that your training is conducted in different countries, do you actually have to localize your content? Your content is still the same throughout all the...
Yeah. Certain extent, not much, because what we are teaching is people on the education, the principles of to be able to create wealth. So the principles are the same. But what we do is we localize by providing local testimonial of people's success story that people can relate. Give you one example. I brought in a business guru, Joe Bauer. He teaches in US. A program is like $15,000 US for 7 days. I went there, I checked it out, make sure it's good, and I used the result. I brought him back into Asia, in Singapore and Malaysia. Like last weekend, we got 600 people show up for the event. 2 days free. Free because we want to give people the content that you don't have to pay money to get the content. That's so good. So when we offer something that they want to follow through after that, the trust is there. So they buy. I know how much they buy. Like ringgit, $25,000, $26,000 program. If they choose to. If they don't choose to, that's fine as well. But because we created a good content, the words goes out to other people. They say, yes, this company is real. You don't have the money, don't do it now, but maybe later. But at least maybe they refer other people to come in because of the long-term thing. So what sell? Because we celebrate local testimonial whose success story that they can relate. Working mother. How do people, for example, on a working arena, like the job so much, but they want to leave the job, how do they make it so valuable for them? So we teach them a method. One person told us in Singapore, marketing person, she works for Gallup. She turned her company, her marketing center, from a cost center to a profit center. Working mom.
That's actually a good turnaround. Even if you have to pay 30,000 Sing dollars,
why not?
It's still okay.
It's still okay.
Yes. But like anything investing, there's no guarantee of returns.
That's right.
Right now in the market, there's a lot of people who have quick reach schemes. Are you different from them? I mean, because you do education, you don't actually hold any funds, right?
No holding funds. And we focus on education, and one of the things that we always tell people up front, our program is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you are expecting that, don't come to us. Training in the stock market investing is a long-term thing, long-term horizon. We are sharing people these basic things. We are learning the skill so that you can become your own fund manager. Why? So that you get the skill to do as long as you want without worrying about retirement. I got one of my mentor, Larry Williams. He's 71 years old. He has been trading for 50 years. Right? So trading is long-lasting. They can do it. So, and we focus on that. And also, actually, we provide money-back guarantee to people that if the course is no good for you, you can back off. Why? Because if we find that someone is not suitable for the course, we tell them, maybe this is not for you. Don't do it. That's what we encourage people to do like that.
And how do you actually manage to convince a lot of people, especially risk-averse people, to join and start stock trading? Is there like a trick that you do in them or hypnotize them?
It's no trick. It's all about being very authentic, sincere, telling people how to do it, and trust. How do we build it? Because we've done it for 10 years. Initially, what we do is we make sure that people who actually do these things with us get the results, they refer other friends. And I know customer support, where we help people that after the training, don't just leave people living alone. Give them the support session. So that's why we never sell course like just 2-3 days and you're on your own. Sell 2-3 days, but give them a support program, 3 months, 6 months, so that they can come back to us. Because if we piece off the customer that way, they would come back to us. The word spread. So we take care of the customer. And then how do we convince them? Testimonial. We share the results. We share with people that someone like you can make it, someone like you can make it, someone like you make it. So, and then make it localized. So that's why they believe us. No tricks, it's just that we are sincere to help them that way.
And do you have any coming programs, seminars that you're having?
Yes, we run 300 events a year. The most coming up event that we have over this weekend, this Friday, Saturday, is Joe Bauer Live.
He's coming in from the US.
From US, my mentor trained me about businesses. And just last week alone, we have 600 people who show up in Singapore. I got recording. The people queue up an hour before the event. Long queue. And after the 2 days event, they give him a standing ovation. They line up for 2 hours to thank him. True. And we are repeating the process in Berjaya Times Square this Friday and Saturday. So if people can go into our website, wealthmentors.com, they can register for free. There's no need to pay for the 2 days. We want to help people to give back to society about businesses and learn as much as they can. And because we give them so much content, you know, some people tell us, you know what, I feel guilty not to buy from you.
Yeah.
I say, fine. I mean, if it's for you that you know there's of value, go for it.
Okay, and so I was going to ask for a discount, but since it's free, then it's going to be quite difficult. Okay, so any parting advice that you have for people who are interested to start a business like yours, especially coming from a corporate industry, what would your advice be to them?
I would say that actually think long term. Okay, this is a long term thing that when you do these things, go it and do it again, okay? And the other thing is very important is actually the education, the mentor. I'm very pleased that when I got started, I attended many of these training. Not all training are good, but I keep on doing those sort of things. And each training, I always get something new. And the education, and that speed up the process. The highest level of education is all about mentoring. One-on-one, small group, and be able to work with people that way. So having mentoring, coaching, boy, that's all help. And then even like I do businesses right now, I'm not alone. I get other mentors to be able to consult and support and coach that way. So my mentor is my coach right now.
Yeah.
So get coaching.
So thank you so much, Mr. Aaron Sim. It's a pleasure to speak to you today. And it's also good to know that we don't actually have to fly all the way to the US to learn on ways how to invest in the American stock market. So coming up after our commercial break, we will actually have a talk with some specialists in the hospitality industry. So